Okay, good morning. So we're just going to give a moment just to let people come join us. Let's give about another minute. So we're going to start in a few moments. You might hear a little bit of noise in the background. We have a turtle who's always swimming around in her tank, clanking around. So hope that's not too disturbing. Okay, so let's start the meditation. So, whether you're just sit comfortably, eyes open or eyes closed. I'm going to close my eyes. Let's give ourselves a moment to let the body settle. Just relaxing into the moment. And we're going to do a few deep breaths. So in the nostrils and out through the mouth. Okay? So let's inhale through the nostrils. And let out all the air through the mouth. Again, in through the nostrils. And out the mouth. In through the nostrils. And out the mouth. And again, in through the nostrils. And out the mouth. Now just give yourself a moment, let the breath come back to a normal rhythm. Now let's put our attention on our feet. Just notice your feet. Perhaps wiggle your toes. Now notice your calves, your calf muscles. your shins. Notice your knees, your thighs. Let's bring our attention to our navel area, our belly button area. Notice that area expanding and contracting with our in and out breath. Now let's bring our attention up to our diaphragm. It's that area in the center, kind of between the stomach and the chest. Now bring our attention to our heart. And consciously breathe, use your imagination and breathe into your heart. Breathe deeply into your heart. Now let's bring our attention to our throat. Now up to our chin. Let's relax our chin. Sometimes we hold some tension there. Let's bring our attention to that area between the eyebrows. Now let's bring our attention to the crown of our head. Some people call it the soft spot on the top of the head. Okay, let's take another deep breath in through the nostrils and then out through the mouth. Let out all the air. Again, in through the nostrils and then out the mouth. Just feel, let your arms relax wherever they are, if they're on your legs. Just feel the weight of your arms. Let your shoulders relax down. We're not slouching, we're just letting it relax straight down. Sometimes we hold tension in our shoulders. Notice where your legs and your butt meet the surface of where you're sitting, whether it's on a chair, a cushion, the floor, in a car, wherever it is. Just notice where your body, your legs, or your butt meet the surface of whatever is supporting you at this moment, whether it's a chair or wherever you're sitting. Just notice that sensation. Feel the weight of your body on the chair. Now notice any sensation that is going on in the body, any emotion that is calling for your attention. Could be anxiety, fear, could be some pain in the body, whatever it is. Maybe you're tired, you didn't sleep much. All of that is okay. Even if you fall asleep during this meditation, that's great. We're allowing whatever is here to be here. Open into what is. Just notice what's going on for you. What's calling for your attention? You can ask yourself, am I feeling any pain in the body, or am I feeling any fear, any anxiety, any sadness, depression? Just look within and ask that question. And be curious about what comes up. We're not trying to make anything go away. We're not trying to change what we're feeling. We're just allowing. We're just noticing at this moment. And it's okay if you don't find anything, or it may be numbness or resistance. Whatever it is, it's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do this, or right or wrong answer. This is not a classroom. This is more of like, think of it as being a child with curiosity and wonder, exploring the inner world for the first time. Just with innocence, curiosity. Notice whatever emotion is there. If you have spotted something, notice if there's where it's felt in the body. What is your body's reaction to that emotion? Could be a clenching sensation, could be a throbbing, a pulsating. What are you feeling in the body? What sensation is there? Let's give our attention to that for a moment. And if you have found a sensation, consciously breathe into that area. It's a way of letting it in even more deeply, bringing it even closer to us. So imagine breathing into that sensation in the body. Our intention is to let it in a little deeper. To be a little more curious about it. What is it made of? What does it feel like? Is it a tightness? Does it feel warm, like a warm energy? And what is it trying to communicate to us? What message? You can ask it to yourself. Just turn your attention towards that sensation and see what it's trying to communicate to you. If it had a voice, what would it say? Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. Again, we're like a child experimenting with curiosity. You may notice some resistance. And that's okay. We don't need to push through or force our way through any resistance. If there's resistance, just gently notice the resistance. Allow that to be there. And breathe into it. Let's take another deep breath. Inhale through the nostrils. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Now we're just noticing the silence. And when I say silence, that doesn't mean the absence of sound. There can be sound there. But see if you can notice when you look inward, kind of a silence or stillness is another word. And if you notice thoughts like the critique in mind, am I doing it right? It's not working. That's okay. That's normal. Notice the thought and bring your attention back to yourself, to the presence and sense of being. Or you could bring your attention to your breath. Whichever you prefer. You may feel the sensation of your breath going in and out of your nostrils, a cool sensation. Again, if you notice the mind, what am I going to eat later? What do I have to do later? Or, the chatter of the mind, that's perfectly okay. Notice it and bring your attention back to the breath or the feeling of presence. When our attention is on the breath, it brings us to this moment. Focusing on the breath is an ancient technique. Simple, and it helps us to get the mind one-pointed, focused. If you're a beginner to meditation, you may notice the mind seeming to be more active. It may feel like you're doing something wrong, or shouldn't the mind be quiet? But what's happening is, as you're looking within, as you're meditating, you're just becoming more aware of what's been there that has been unnoticed. So we're usually so identified with the mind that we don't notice the chatter. So just the act of noticing the chatter of the mind is a good step. You can notice the thoughts if it helps. Think of the thoughts as like clouds passing in the sky, all different shapes and sizes, and just let it pass. Just bring the attention, keep bringing the attention back to the breath, or back to that sense of presence. So to the breath or back to the sense of presence. Doesn't matter if you have to do it over and over 1,000 times, that's okay. If this is new to you, you're developing a new habit, developing a new muscle. Now again, let's put our attention to the sensation of our body on the chair, cushion, floor, wherever it is you're sitting. Let's put our attention there again for a moment. And just notice that you are here. Notice that you are here. You can say to yourself, I am here. Just in your mind. Just recognize you are here without adding or attaching a location or a conceptual idea of what here is. Again, like a child in wonder, kind of leaving the end of that open. I am here. I am here. Just feel what that feels like. I am here. Without a period or an ending. Just leave the end open. Now let's feel, we felt I am here. Now feel the sensation of just I am. Without I am Ade, I am a woman, I am a man, I am, whatever it is you do for a living, or don't add any of that. Just the feeling of I am. Be curious. Curious and wonder, like a child looking up into space for the first time at a sky filled with stars. That wonder. So I am. See what that feels like if you don't add anything to the end of that sentence. Just look within. Notice that you know that you are. There's a knowing that I exist, that I am. Many don't often put their attention on just this the subtle feeling of I am. We are so indoctrinated to add something from the minute we're born. We're given a name, which all of that has a purpose, and I think it's necessary to function in this world. But for this moment, we're not trying to be anything. Just being as we are. You can even drop the am and just notice the sensation of I without the am. Just feel what that feels like. Just the feeling of I. You could even say to yourself, but inside, not out loud, but within, you can say I, and then feel. Notice how that feels. Be curious about that. Very subtle. Now another word for that is presence. Some may call it beingness. Now, while you're still exploring that sense of presence, let's open our eyes and notice that that hasn't gone away. And moving is not going to make it go away. Sounds are not going to make it go away. Pain is not going to make it go away. So this is always here. Our most, what maybe could be called our most original state. And when you go throughout the day, you can always check in with that. Just take a moment and feel the sensation of, you can ask yourself, I am. Just say to yourself, I am, and then go within and feel what that feels like, or I. Or you can just put your attention on your breath. That brings you into the moment as well. Or put your attention on your hands or whatever it is. You could put your attention on a chair, but when you're looking at, you can look at a chair, I should say. So if you look at an object, look at the object, but keep the attention here. See what you're feeling here. Notice the stillness here. So we can look at things in the world without labeling and just notice the experiencer, which is you. So everything in the world points back to you. They're all pointers back within. So you have so many opportunities to look within. It's happening all the time. And I think it's a beautiful thing. So even when we're working, we can work and keep some attention here. Because if all of our attention is going outward, that's okay, but it's good to bring some back as well. Kind of recharge. But there's also something to really giving yourself fully into whatever you're doing, So that's it for today. And to end, like we do every day, everybody, whoever's on, just look into your camera lens or your computer lens and let's give each other just a moment. Just holding space for each other. We're all here together, we're all connected, whether you're watching this live or a recording or just the human family in general. We're all going through these new experiences together, and we're all dependent on each other. And we're all supporting each other, and we're being supported. Just like this chair is supporting me right now. So the cell phone, the smartphone is supporting this meditation. I couldn't do it without the smartphone and the people that made it and the technology. And so I'm thankful. Today I'm thankful, have a roof over our head, if we have food on the table. So much to be thankful for. And in the morning, my words when I sit down to pray and meditate, my first thing is thank you, thank you, thank you. Just thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this. That's what I say over and over. This experience, this life, it includes the good, quote unquote, the bad. It all serves a purpose. It can all be used to lift us up to a higher evolution on a human scale, or higher consciousness, I guess, in a spiritual sense. I don't know. I still feel like a kid a lot of times, So anyway, thank you for joining me today, and have a blessed day. And hello, Mary. Thank you for watching. And enjoy the day. Be well.